What's going on, guys? It's Robert Walkner here of CoinOpTV. This week I'm joined with Roger Barr, creator and founder of i-mockery.com.
Ahoy!
And also the creator of Abobo's Big Adventure.
Yeah.
Roger, what are we going to play today?
We're going to play some more from the Sega Genesis collection on the PS2. This time I'm going to play Golden Axe. So I'm going to try to play through most of it. Maybe I'll get to beat the boss of the game, or at least get my butt kicked by him. So we'll see how it goes. But either way, it's a classic title that everyone has to play.
Definitely. Get some good beat-em-up arcade action. Let's check it out.
Let's do it.
Golden Axe. Pretty much anybody who owned a Genesis had to have this game. I'm bumping up my life meter here for the sake of testing. You know, if I was playing this for real, I wouldn't, I'd take all the life away because I'm that good. So, I mean, this is one of the best character select screens of all time. I mean, you have a giant skeleton handing you one of 3 characters. Now, each of these 3 characters have their own special abilities. The main dude here, he's basically like a good blend of both fighting and magic. He's not too great at either one. The dwarf here, who in the arcade version actually has a golden axe, hence the title of the game, on the Sega Genesis version does not have a golden one, so everyone always kind of laughed about that. But he has by far the best weapons, but he also has the weakest magic. And the warrioress here, the warrior woman, she has amazing magic, but her fighting skills are somewhat lacking. So I always preferred the dwarf because, you know, the magic you have to collect a bunch of potions for to use, and, you know, you can use it every now and then, it's good. But for just pure fighting, it's dwarf all the way. Death Adder invaded the castle and has taken the king and princess prisoners. My good friend Alex was also killed in the battle. To defeat them and bring peace to the land is my duty. Well, let's go do your duty. Alright. That's a good start. So, I'm going to show you in 1 second one of my, this is just kind of a funny little thing. Alright, so whenever you get knocked down in Golden Axe, at least on the Sega Genesis version, I'm pretty sure it was in the arcade too, it makes a sound, and my friend and I always used to play this game together, and we swore it sounded like they were saying, "Perfect!" So listen to this. Perfect! See? Perfect! I don't know. It's just something that always reminds me of this game. So yeah, pretty violent game. No blood spewing all over the place, but still, you are hacking away at people with your axe. You can chop them in the head. Pretty violent sounds. Gotta love it. Alright, now these little guys, they appear... They're these little thieves that appear in the game, and you pick up these potions so you can use your magic. And you see that little meter at the top of the screen there. You have 1, 2, or 3 level magic, 3 being the highest for this particular character. But again, the girl has the warrior woman, Xena. she has some pretty amazing magic. And that little creature there was a creature that we also saw in Golden Axe before, but in this game you can actually ride on it. But he got away. So is life. Now I'm already at full magic for this guy. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I like. You can double tap forward and hit your button, and you can do a running head charge with your little Viking helmet. They can do a running charge as well, as you can see. That running charge can come in really handy. It doesn't do a ton of damage, but it'll help you split apart some big guys. And now we got the little creature that we saw in Altered Beast. Or at least I thought I had him. So these are the giant Hammer Brother guys. They, of course, have longer range with their weapons, so Let's see if I can use my magic here. So there's that's the highest magic I can do. It's electricity, and all of his spells are kind of like that, but they're just not quite as impressive as what the girl can do. The girl can, you know, when she has her magic fully upgraded, a giant dragon head comes onto the screen and breathes fire on everybody. It looked really impressive back in the day, and still looks pretty cool to these days. And for those of you who played my one of my earlier Flash games, one of my biggest ones though, Domo-kun's Angry Smash Fest, we featured this part of Golden Axe where we're writing on the map and some of the levels, and Death Adder towards the end of the game does use that giant dragon spell on you. What's also crazy about Golden Axe is just the lay of the land is kind of strange. I mean, we're standing on dirt here, but you know, it's just kind of hovering in the sky for no apparent reason whatsoever. Other levels, you find out that you're flying on the back of like a giant turtle who still happen to have, you know, trees and stuff growing on them, and there's one where there's a giant eagle, which is the level I did feature in the Domo-kun game. This is definitely one of the better multiplayer games for the Genesis, and it's fun in the arcade as well, of course. Not a ton of like character diversity in it, but there go the running villagers because they're all under attack. And this is the other creature in the game that you can climb on. There's a fire-breathing dragon like you see there, and there's also one that just shoots out fireballs. I prefer the fireball ones because it's nice to have an actual projectile weapon. That's the only thing in the game that is projectile. Yes, this is another move I forgot about. So each character has their own little backward spinning move, and if you can actually land it, it does pretty good damage. But I'm getting... There we go. See that? So yeah, if you hit both buttons at the same time, you'll pull off that one. And these are the times when you should be using your headbutt. There we go. And you can still use the headbutt move with your dragon, as you can see there. Not really sure what kind of weapon this guy's holding. Kind of looks like a bushel of flowers or something, I guess. But and there you go. See, now that's that pink dragon over there. That's the one we really want because, of course, he has the projectile weapon, which is nice. And I got on the wrong dragon. And that dragon's got away from me, so doesn't matter anyway. We beat the level. Alright, now the green thief actually has food that can restore some of your health, which I clearly needed there, so that's good. So in these little campfire scenes at the end of each stage, the thieves come take some of your stuff, but you end up getting more back from them if you hit them enough times, so that comes in really handy when you're playing as the woman in the game. See? The village was actually the back of a giant turtle. It takes us south across the sea. See, and there's the head of that turtle that we were on the whole time. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. I think so too. Don't really need this little thief guy at the moment, since we've already maxed out my magic. Just trying to kill him without falling off that edge there. I don't know why that girl released a man scream there. They do have screams for the women in this game, but for some reason, maybe she was a man in disguise. You saw it here first, folks. And I can't get that potion, apparently. That kind of sucks. And Rob just turned on some spotlights that have blinded me, so hopefully I'm hitting something because I can't see a thing I'm doing at the moment. Alright, so gotta get some more potions here again. Alright. You know you're getting farther when everyone has the golden armor on. We're about to fight a boss here. What's funny is a lot of people have trouble fighting these kind of guys because, you know, they have all this range and all, but I guess it's because they didn't grow up on these games. You know, these kind of guys aren't that hard, really. You just don't approach them head on is all. You approach them from diagonally below or above, and as you can see, they won't hit you at all. But it's funny, when we put out the Domo-kun game, so many people were saying these knights were so impossible to fight. It's because they were approaching them head on like this, and of course you're going to get hit that way. The guy has a sword that's taller than you, but if you approach them diagonally from below, no problem. And let's use some of our magic here. Now those knights, unlike the big Hammer Brother guys, they actually can't run at you, so, well, I didn't do a good job of headbutting them there. But, yes, I want to continue. You can actually use your headbutt on them pretty effectively if you want, but truthfully, it's not worth it, just because it takes so long to kill those bosses with your weak little headbutt. Not like there. That was a bad example. All right, on to the next level. Always love this music. But unfortunately that music meant the start of more and more skeletons. And skeletons, they are not like these guys. This is one of the things in the game. If you took your time pressing the button, you would actually kind of stun those regular enemies and you could just kill them all in one long drawn-out swoop. But the skeletons, they can do a little more and they don't get stuck like those other enemies do. See? Perfect. Yeah, see, they can break out of it. They don't get stunned like the other guys do quite as badly. So, you end up fighting a lot of skeletons and it can throw you for a loop. So, right now you're wondering why are there a bunch of feathers all over the screen? Well, that's because we are fighting on the back of a giant eagle. Don't know what kind of eagle has stairs built into its neck, but don't know what kind of eagle has skeletons coming out of it either. So there's one of his other spells that's a little bit weaker. Not quite as powerful as the chain cage one that you can do at level 3. Now don't let these their colors scare you. I mean, they can have a little more health and all, but they're still the same exact guys. It's just, I guess it's just what they did to mix up the enemies at least a little bit in the game. Change the colors. Yeah, it's always rough when they double team you like that. There's pretty much no escape from that. You just gotta wait till they knock you down. Oh, this is another one of the things you could do. It's kind of hard to get it right, but if you can do it, see if you can do a running long jump, and if you can hit the person with it while you're holding down your button there, it's a really damaging hit. But again, it's hard to get them, especially on the later rounds, because the guys are a little bit smarter. So. Yeah, it's just double tap, jump, and hold down your button, and he'll do that. Let's see if I can pull it off. There we go, got it. See, if they're on the bottom level, they have nowhere to go, and they're not smart enough to know to move up. So, there's a little tip for you. If you want to pull that move off, do it on the bottom. Alright, getting rid of some of these guys. I couldn't tell you how many times I beat this game when I had the Genesis, but it was a lot. Oh yeah, and the skeletons can do that same running, jumping move to you as well, and it hurts. That's one of the glitches in the game. Sometimes your guy will go through the motions of picking up and throwing his opponent, even though he doesn't actually do it, and then you're kind of left vulnerable for a minute there. Which is what just happened to me. So here's the front of the eagle there. Now you can always try fooling some of these skeletons. See, you can make 2 of them walk right off the edge there, but of course I died as well, so 2 skeletons for 2 of my own lives. Probably not the best sacrifice. In the Domo-kun game we made, this eagle's eyeball, it was a little Easter egg in the game. If you hit the eyeball a bunch, it would eventually explode and take you into a secret area. I'm not going to tell you what that is, because you can always go on newgrounds.com or i-mockery.com and play it and find out for yourself. You know, you wouldn't want me to spoil everything for you anyway, right? We did have a lot of Easter eggs in that Domo-kun game. And Rob was actually nice enough to feature that game, CoinOp, back in the early days. That was the first time I was ever on his show, actually. Remember that, Rob? Back in that little recording studio? I was the first guest to cuss? Oh, wow. On the live show. Alright, see, now these guys people had trouble with, you know, the idea was to split them apart, get one on each side of the screen, and then you're basically just headbutting them, because it is difficult to go against 2 of them. But when you have them on opposite sides of the screen, as you can see, it's pretty easy. It's just a matter of time. So again, anyone who says the Red Knights are difficult, they're wrong. It's just a matter of patience. You know this Viking has to have a really hard head. I mean, these guys are wearing armor, and he's actually killed them by doing that. Alright. Alright, now, here's another tip. Since this guy does not have, like, the best magic anyway, one thing I always like to do in these big boss areas here was leave all the potions on the ground and only pick up one at a time. That way, when the boss came out, I'd have all these individual magic spells to use on him, you know, if I ran into any kind of trouble. Shit's gonna go down. Alright, let's just... This guy does not want to get hit. There we go. And I beat him to the headbutt. There we go. Alright. So look. So, picked up one. Do it again. Rob says I'm cheating. No, I just know how to play the game. So yeah, while it's not the most powerful spell with only one level of potion, yeah, see, those skeletons really get in your way. Now, if we were actually fighting the real boss of the game, who looks pretty much the same, except for, you know, slightly different outfit colors. If we were playing the boss of the game, every time he knocks you down, he does one of the magic spells that you guys can do. Like, you know, sometimes he'll make that big dragon appear that the warrior woman can do. But here, he just knocks you down. He does do that, though. Since there's not two of them, I can just attack him rather than doing the constant headbutt thing. Again, it's just a matter of approaching him from below and button mashing until you got him down. But never be standing right in front of him when he gets up, because he will knock you down right away. See that? Not too hard. Dum, ding. Now that was kind of jerky. You know, they had to hang that guy by his feet. I mean, come on. I guess they didn't do that to the lady because they didn't want her dress to fall up in her face. I think that would have been mean. I accept your gratitude, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, yeah. Yes, my lord. So even though you save them, there's still more to be done. Thank you for knocking me to the other side. That worked out well. Or did it? I spoke too soon. Told you the skeletons. See, you can always fool them though, because the AI is not that smart. See if we can fool these ones off. And she's gone. See? Yeah. See? Yep. See, it's just a matter of getting them in position so you can knock them off. Now you don't want to wait too long to hit those guys with the potions, because they will eventually leave the screen. I think he may have just left. Oh, there he is. I finally killed one of them. We always used to high-five each other anytime we killed one of them. See? It's all about tricking them. That's how you save your lives. Just make them walk off the edge like morons. Yeah, they're gold, so I'm dead. Good call, Rob. Here's one off. I just gotta wait for it. This guy got me. And away he... Oh, you actually have to hit him. There we go. And now we are actually at the boss of the game. There he is. The big man himself. Well, might as well use... He does look like Galactus. That's true. Not quite as powerful, though. But he can still do some damage. So, these skeletons on this boss fight are actually... While they're annoying as hell, they're pretty damn strong. See what I mean? Every time he knocks you down, he does a magic spell, which takes off even more energy. So... Pretty cheap, pretty tough. As annoying as the skeletons are, you really want to just focus on Death Adder. Of course, skeletons will do that sometimes, so doing the jump hack slash stuff, sometimes the best way to deal with it all. Doesn't do the most damage, but see what I mean? The skeletons are pretty brutal. You know what? I'm just gonna try killing these skeletons if I can. And hopefully Death Adder won't chop me up during the process. Got me again. I'm surprised he hasn't actually hit me. Fortunately, his magic didn't do anything to me there since I was already dead. And game over right at the end of the boss.